super excited about our Rich Team Huddle call that we do every single Monday night at 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You still have a moment to get your brand new team members on the line. Check for your leaders, see if they are here. Let them know we are live and in color. Very, very excited about tonight's call. So we're going to get started within the next 2 minutes. Let's make sure that we're forwarding out the details to everybody. And then we're going to maximize time tonight. So thanks so much for being on. Go ahead and announce your name. Let us know where you are calling in from.
Latoya from Virginia.
Hey, Latoya, thanks for being on. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, Dr. Chandler.
Nina from Birmingham.
Hey, who was that?
Pastor
Pastor
Carl.
Carl was in here. Hey, Pastor Carl, welcome to the line. Thanks for being on with us tonight.
Yes,
Look, Latoya, what part of Virginia are you in? Because I know Pastor Carl is in Virginia as well.
I'm from Martinsville, so it's like maybe about 4.5 hours away from Hampton.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Sounds good. Awesome sauce. So we'll be up that way this weekend. I'm looking forward to Saturday. It's going to be a real big event. So definitely come out and get as many people to come with you as possible. Awesome sauce. Who else
Hello,
is out there? Go ahead.
everyone.
Hi.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nina Hatcher from Birmingham, Alabama.
Hi, Nina. Thanks for being on with us tonight. Welcome to the family, guys. Nina is brand new to the family. In fact, I got to get your flyer out. I think I sent it to you. Welcome to the
You
call.
did.
Thanks for being on. Okay, I got to blast that
Thank
out.
you.
Thanks so much. Who else is on the line
You're
with
welcome.
us tonight? Go ahead and announce your name. Let us know where you're calling in from.
Hey, Dr. Chandler, Michelle White from Brooklyn, New York.
Hey, Michelle White. Welcome to the call. Thanks for being on with us. Welcome, welcome. All right, guys, about 60 more seconds. Announce your name. Let us know where you're calling in from and get your team members on.
Torrance McLean calling from Huntsville, Texas.
So all I gotta
Hi,
do is sit here
Torrance.
and
Welcome to the call. Thanks so much
listen
for
to
being on
Nosy
with
and his
us.
wife talk
Huntsville,
on the phone.
Texas. Welcome, welcome. Who is that? Who else was that? Who else was the gentleman that just said his name?
We have Tasha Turner from Duluth, Georgia.
Hey, Tasha. Welcome to the
Hey,
call.
thank you.
Welcome, welcome. Thanks for being on with us tonight.
Bishop Tia McCrary.
Hey, Bishop Tira. Thanks so much for being on. I'm excited about tomorrow.
Absolutely, it's gonna be great.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and get started.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for being on this call. This is Dr. China Bethy here in the beautiful, amazing Atlanta, Georgia. And I am so super duper excited to be here with you guys again. Another team huddle call. This is something that we do every single Monday night. You still have time to forward the details out to your team members, put them in the chats or wherever you're communicating. Let them know that we're on the line, especially for newer people. They may not be fully aware of the agenda and how we flow and operate. So sometimes people that are new will need a little bit of a nudge to say, hey guys, we're on the line. One of the things that I can tell you is the development, both personally and professionally, have been absolutely amazing in my career in this space. And I think that it's one of the greatest gifts that you can get from being in this space, a community of people who are like-minded, who are wanting to grow, who are being poured into, and who are developing in such a way that you begin to be the person that's pouring into masses of people, especially those of you who really focus on the value that you can gain from being in such a positive environment that's really conducive for success. So I like to get started with prayer to set the tone. This is not necessarily I don't even know how to really put this. I'll say this. I know that we have different people that are on the call that do not have the same beliefs. What I'm big on is just the wholeness of your experience. And so, if for whatever reason when I pray is not who you pray to, just go ahead and put whoever you pray to in there. I won't be biased in that space. I know that this is not a religious situation, but I'm clear. And so because it helps with my clarity, I want to bring that to this space. And then you do what's necessary for you. But I believe that it's very important to set the tone. So Father God, we just thank you right now. We thank you for each and every person that's here. We know that you are an awesome God. We thank you for your presence, for your grace, for your mercy, for your love. We thank you for calling and choosing us for a time such as this, for putting us in alignment with those that you've connected us to, for even giving us an assignment to be the voices that people will begin to hear, solution voices, God, that are bringing solutions to the masses of people around the world. We thank you for downloading the ideas and the strategies, the concepts. We thank you for giving us the execution plan, Lord God. We thank you for calling forth the help that's going to be necessary to see the plan to go to completion. And we're just so grateful. We're grateful for our Marcus Live. We pray for Christopher Terry and Isis Delatorre and all of the corporate leaders, the ones that are working behind the scenes, Lord God, that they will put a system together that's so tight, so efficient, so sound, Lord God, that we will literally have an impact on nations and generations around the world for many years and years to come. We thank you for every customer, every member, every leader, every chairman leader that's a part of this opportunity that's helping us to go further, faster. In the mighty name of Jesus, we thank you and we pray, amen, amen, and amen. All right, guys. So I'm excited to be on the call tonight. I really am. I look forward to doing these calls. I know many times as we continue to grow, I don't always have as much one-on-one time with each of you, but I know that this is a safe space, an intimate space that we can get on and really just connect. I want to always celebrate the brand new people who've just joined us. So I want to say congratulations. Open up the line. If this is your first time being on the call, let us know who you are. Let us give you some love. If this is you brought somebody with you and it's their first time being on a call and you just enroll someone this week, go ahead and shout them out right now. We want to allow about 2 minutes for shout outs with brand new people as well as ranks. So go ahead and unmute the lines. If this is your first time getting on a call, let us know. Hey, this is my first time being here. Let us know your name and where you're calling in from. And if you have a brand new team member that maybe this is their first time getting on a call, go ahead and shout them out as well. Star 6 the line if you're on the phone, or if you are on the computer or on the internet with the webinar, just look at the bottom of your phone. It should give you the option to, you may have to hit participant and then it gives you the option to unmute, I believe, or no, touch your microphone at the bottom. So anybody's first time being on with us tonight. Don't be shy. This is a safe environment. Hi.
This is
Hi,
Tony McLean. I came up under your husband, Andre. I'm excited to be here on tonight. This is my first time on a call. I mean, I've been in IML, but to be a part of Rich University, I mean, is a whole nother level for me. Honestly, I like y'all game plan, y'all strategic, y'all have it mapped out, seem like from A to Z, thus far from what I've looked at, and I'm just grateful to be a part of me.
Wow, thank you so much, Torrance. I appreciate that. I'm excited. My husband did tell me about what you have done and what you bring to the table. And we're excited to welcome you to Rich University. So thanks for being on board. We know that we're so much better just because you're here. So thank you so much. Welcome to the family. Guys,
Welcome,
go ahead and
Torrance.
show Torrance some love. Yeah, that's right. You know what, Pastor Carl, always on. That's what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
let's go, baby. Welcome to the team. Let's go. Appreciate you, man.
I love it. Give him a rich and royal welcome. I love it, love it, love it. Show him some love inside of the chat as well. Anyone else first time being on the call, or
I have my new enrollee, Miss Betty Webb. This is Bishop Tier McCrary. Let's welcome her to Rich University. She has sacrificed so much to be a part of this, and she was so excited about doing everything she could and move everything literally that she could in tears at 10 o'clock at night to make sure that she was a part of our team. And so let's just welcome her.
Awesome. Welcome to the family. Now, what was her name again, Bishop?
Her name is Betty Webb.
Welcome to the family, Betty Webb. We're so excited to have you on board, guys. Give her a rich and royal welcome. Let's welcome her to the family. You can unmute or you can put it down in the chat. Welcome to the family, Miss Betty. We're so excited to have you on board. All right. Who else out there? Anybody else new?
Well, this is my first time. I'm Jimmy Gibson.
Hi, Jimmy. How are you? Welcome to the family. Where are you located?
I'm doing okay. I'm located in Savannah. I came up on the Andre. Me and Andre from the CTC, we grew up together a little bit, and he had told me about it, and I am so blessed to be a part of Rich University. I'm sorry it took me so long to be a part of it, but I was in the military, so it took me a while. But now that I'm out, I'm ready for this new embarkment on my financial career, and I am very excited to be here.
Wow, we're excited to have you on board, Jimmy. I'm looking forward to actually coming down to Savannah. He's been talking to me about Savannah. Very excited about you and just bringing more and more of his people from the city on board. So welcome to the family. We're excited to have you on board. Thank you so much, guys. Go ahead and show Jimmy some love. We want to give him a rich and royal welcome here in the chat. Thanks so much, guys. All right. Anyone else? First time being on the call. This is our team huddle, and we do it every Monday night at 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 9 Central Standard Time, and I believe it's 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Anybody else first time being on? All right, guys. So we had some rank ups to happen. In fact, Bishop Tier, we recognized you on, we did a pop-up call on Friday. So that wasn't a normal call. We just took advantage of that 11 o'clock hour. I believe we'll do that again. But brand new Platinum 150 is a sneeze away from Platinum 600, Bishop Tierra and her amazing husband, Scott. Congratulations, Bishop. I'm excited about that. I remember when I told you about hitting Platinum 150, you was like, okay, now what's that? I said, that's the first rank in the company. I believe by the time we recognized it, you had about 5-6 people already on board. And so congratulations, and I'm excited about that. And I know you're well on your way to 600.
Thank you.
All right, guys, show her some love. I'm excited about that. We really recognize all levels. And we also have Tarita and Terrence that hit Platinum 150. Tarita and Terrence have been on board, I believe, probably about 2 weeks now. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's about 2, maybe 3 weeks that they've been on board, on their way to Platinum 600 as well. Tarita, Terrence, if you guys are on the line, we definitely want to show you guys some love. Congratulations to you all. I'm excited because they are trading their behinds off. Okay, I saw some stuff on social media, and their marketing as well. So make sure you get connected with some of the team members that's inside the team app and support their social media pages. Tarita, are you out there? Terrence, are you on the line? You can unmute by going to the bottom, because I know I saw Tarita hop in here, unless she dropped off. I do not see her, but we showed them some love for sure. Anyone else that's hit a rank that we have not acknowledged? I know there may be something happening in the team app. Anyone else? Anyone else? All right, guys. So with that being said, let's keep it going on here. I always like to set the tone of love and congratulations and welcoming to this environment, because once again, you know, this is something that has been a little bit hidden from us, and it's so amazing, all the jewels and all the gems and all the networking and collaborations that's available in this space, and the development that you gain that's in this space is really truly incredible. And so this week, we do not have a special guest on the line, but guess what? We always have a special guest here with us, because we always have you guys here on the line, and we're excited about what you guys are bringing to the table and coming into. So really quick, some updates. We have implemented our orientation that are happening every single Saturday morning at 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know it's going to be a little bit early on the West Coast, but 9 o'clock a.m. is the orientation every single week for brand new members. It's a great way for you to, complete your 7 steps. If you don't know what those 7 steps are, they are provided inside of the Rich University Facebook um, community, just because we're able to put the long list of things there. The team app will not allow us to input all of those characters there. And so it's inside of the Facebook page on Rich University. Many of you have already got those 7 steps and completed those, but it allows you to ask questions. It allows you to understand what some of the tools are for. We teach you how to enter a trade and exit a trade. We get you comfortable with some of the terms that you're going to learn inside of IML Academy, but we also talk a little bit about culture, and we set the tone for you of what we're all about specifically within Rich University. The 3 pillars that we stand on: relationships, results, and residual. We talk a little bit about what the mission statement is, and so it's a really good experience for you. The first one kicked off last Saturday. We have another one happening tomorrow night with our very own Miss Latasha, the boss chick, Wilson. That's going to be doing that tomorrow night at 7 o'clock p.m. So on Tuesdays at 7 o'clock p.m., make sure all of your new people are plugged in or connected to that, because it's definitely going to help them out a lot, especially from an entering and exiting trade perspective. A lot of people come on board, they download all the apps, they do everything that they need to do. And then they're like, okay, so when do we get started? We had some team members to come on board, Simone from New York, and they told me that they actually went over they went into the back office and they did IML Academy like 8 times. And they were like, okay, so what's next? But they didn't follow the 7 steps of the first things that we gave them. And so they missed that. And we want to prevent anybody from missing that, because that's when it gets fun, downloading that demo account, getting connected with the broker account, and really being able to do that. So I want to make sure as you're bringing people in that you onboard them in a very smooth transition, get them connected to what they need to get connected to, and show them the simplicity of actually entering and exiting trades so that they can see how they can begin to implement trading into their lifestyle. Okay, so remember, orientation is going to be Tuesdays at 7 o'clock p.m., Saturdays at 9 o'clock a.m. every single week. Okay, and we have some people that are going to be in rotation for that. So you guys had a chance to experience Miss UK all the way from London on Saturday, and then you'll have a chance to experience Latasha Wilson tomorrow at 7 o'clock p.m. We also have some events that are happening here in Atlanta every week. We have a meeting in the Mapleton area. I highly recommend that you begin to think about who you know that's in Atlanta. Why? Because there's already established leadership here, and you want to make sure that people are plugging in to great, opportunity meetings that go into some good training. I like to do the hour of power, something that Ms. Radita Monk has come up with, where we can actually enter and exit trades and get people familiarized with using the tools. That's been really, really good. I encourage, if you're having meetings in your market, after you do the presentation, that hour of power is really, really good. It locks in a person who made a decision, but still maybe unsure if they could really do it. They see the fun of what we're doing. It's not overwhelming. They see the simplicity of entering and exiting trades, and they're looking forward to learning how to use effectively those tools and those products. So keep that in mind. Sometimes we go live on social media. You may want to just tune in and see what that looks like so that you can implement those in that market. And then obviously you've been hearing us talk about the event that is happening in Virginia. If that, I thought it was in the team app. Pastor Carl, if it's not in the team app, if you could drop it in the team app, I would appreciate that. But I'm going to put it up here so that everybody can just screenshot it, so that if you have not seen the flyer for, let me see here. What do I do here? If you have not seen the flyer, you can simply screenshot it here and you can use it. One of the things that I've been talking about consistently, and I'll say it again, is it's really good whether you're going to be at an event or not. I'm not saying to spam your social media page. I would never say that, but I think that what it's more about is the content around it. If you put something up and you have some strong content around it, and you let them know that, you started a business, and now all of it is the process. You started a business and now you're expanding. And I've talked to you guys about that before. I speak in that we're going to be in the Virginia area. We look forward to seeing you there. This is Secrets of the Banks. You have Mr. Rashard Duncan that's going to be in the house as well. This has been advertised all over, the radio. It's just been absolutely incredible. Beautiful flyer. Just represents the brand very well. And so this event is actually happening. It's general admission. It's free. And so this is something that what I want you to think about, guys, is I want you to think global. I want you to think international. I want you to think really, expanding your business nationally and getting just out of the local market. One of the things that I can tell you that has really helped me to become successful is moving through my warm market very quickly. What is your warm market? Go ahead and write this down. Your warm market is the people that you know by name. It's the people that you know by name. These are the people that you know who they are, their family members, their friends, they're very, very close to you. That's your warm market, okay? Those are the people that usually, if you don't have thick enough skin, you kind of get caught up in your warm market because you're expecting that your warm market is supposed to support you. The truth is your warm market is usually your test market. Your warm market is usually your practice market. Your warm market are usually the people who may not support you right away, especially if you have never did anything like this before, because they're not really taking you that serious. They love you and maybe you're good at cooking, but they don't know if they want you to be their financial coach. Does that make sense? Not hard feelings all the time. It's not all the time that they just don't want to support you. Sometimes they don't know how to take you serious in this arena. Okay, so that's your warm market. And then your cold market is going to be the people who you don't even know who they are. The people who are in the grocery stores, the people who are in the department stores, the people who are at your children's school. Especially as entrepreneurs, what I recommend, I got small kids, so I can say this. When I drop the kids off at school, I'm like, wait a minute, there's a lot of parents here. I can tell who's going to work and who not. Because the ones who are going to work are usually all primped and dressed up. And then the ones who not, child, they're like, come on, kids, let me get y'all in here so I can go get back in the bed. But I use that as an opportunity because I'm a connector. And this is what I recommend. I know we have some people on the line that are more introverted. And I know we have some people on the line that may not even be focused on building a team. But here's what I want to say. I really want everybody that's here, regardless of what your immediate focus is to develop a skill of connecting. Develop a skill of connecting. Develop a skill of eye contact, right? Just eye contact with people, smiling. Develop a skill of giving a compliment. If you're thinking that her handbag is nice, say something. If you're thinking that, his shoes are cool, say something, if you're thinking that her hair is incredible, like say something, like get in the habit of doing it, not just for business purposes, but I think when you begin to give that, you begin to receive that more. And it helps you to be more of an engager, more of a connector. And it's going to be beneficial for you, whether it's business or not. And so one of the things that I want to help everybody to develop is their skill to network, their skill to connect with other people, okay? I even want to encourage that you begin to go different places and get out of that comfort zone. Maybe somebody invites you somewhere and normally you don't go. Start going. So saying, you know what, let me just go. I love what the gentleman as the chairman tending the company, Alex, talked about how he went to Toastmasters. And I was like, wow, it's been so long since I went to Toastmasters. But you know what? That's incredible. I really challenge you guys, especially those that want to become more proficient speakers, to get into coaching. That's a good step. I actually coach on speaking and how to speak and how to tell your story and how to engage and how to read body language and how to get over the fear of, being in front of people and things like that. But Toastmasters is like pennies on the dollar. I'm not trying to undersell me, but the beauty is that because you're a part of Rich University, you get me. You'll get it by default. But Toastmasters is a phenomenal way to connect with other people, is a phenomenal way to really learn some of the basics in communications. I think I still have all of my books for Toastmasters and being an effective communicator. And so it's a great way to connect. I say 3 times just because I'm talking about Toastmasters, and that's like one of the first classes. What's that safe word for you that you always say when you're speaking in front of the room? Anyway, I thought that was really good though, because not only are you networking, but it gives you an opportunity. I know no arms, right? Not only are you connecting and networking, but it gives you an opportunity to develop a skill that you would definitely use. And it also gives you confidence, guys. It gives you confidence. And so I definitely want to recommend that you do that. Oh, I love it. Joycelyn says that she is a Toastmaster. Awesome sauce. So also meetups, here we go. Meetups are really good as well. It's a great way to connect with people on a particular topic. I know that Josh is amazing at meetups. Josh, if you're out there, you want to talk a little bit about meetup really quick and how you've been able to successfully really transition. Let me see. I don't know if Josh, I think I did see Josh's name on here. Josh, are you out there?
How you doing, Dr. China? I'm under
Hi.
Tiffany's name on here.
Awesome. I see you there. Okay, awesome sauce. So, Josh, you've done a phenomenal job at Meetup. Can you expound a little bit on some of the benefits of Meetups and some of the basic strategies of how to effectively use them?
Sure, Dr. China. First of all, I just want to say I'm enjoying the call thus far, and I do thank you for the opportunity to be able to share with the team. But yes, Meetup is actually an awesome tool. I didn't realize I signed up so many people just from Meetup until I started going back through previous business in my organization to see where I got the most growth from. I am an internet marketer, so I did start to encompass Meetup in my portfolio of exposing a business. And basically what you do, you can go to Meetup and you can sign up. And I would recommend actually signing up for the subscription. It's about $19 a month if you want to do the month-to-month plan. And what you do, you create a meeting. And it doesn't necessarily have to be your meeting, but some of the team members actually do it, in various areas of the country. So let's say we have a Thursday meeting in Atlanta, correct? So I'm just one of the team members, and all I have to do is create something really, really catchy. I believe mine says, learn how to trade like the banks. It's just something catchy. If someone sees it, and then I kind of go into a little spiel about, Forex and about we are excited about teaching the average person how to invest and trade. The average person will be able to make, I might say $200 to $300 a week. Just kind of start with something small. And a lot of people reach out to me. A lot of people actually come to the meetings. Here in Dallas, we have a Sunday meeting, a Tuesday meeting, and a Thursday meeting. So I have a series of meetings every week. I mean, it's just already set on Meetup. And two of the people that I told you about earlier on the call that I signed up was from Meetup, and I literally met them maybe a week ago. So it's definitely something that I think everybody should, go ahead and subscribe to. It's only $19 a month. I mean, the two people that signed up, that's already $70 right there. So it's really, nothing.
So basically, that's a very small marketing budget, because I want to help to transition the minds of people as well. Josh, you said something that's very important. Sometimes you come on board into a space like this, and we're so blessed and we're so fortunate and we're so grateful. And we always have to be in that mind space, because when we think anything else, then, the attitude of gratitude is definitely a successful mindset. But the truth is, $195 to start a business is so affordable that it's scary, because sometimes people actually look at that $195 or that $217 or that $251, depending on if they got the platinum package or the platinum elite. They look at it like that's the level of business that they got. So they treat it as a $217 situation, or they treat it like a $251 situation, when we have an opportunity to really see this as a Fortune 500 company. We have an opportunity to see this as a franchise. And so I want to help to expand the minds of people tonight, because 217, it gave you access, but there's so much more that goes with really building an efficient business, and your marketing expense is one of them, right? So at $19.99 a month, that's an amazing way to attract more people into your business by meeting people who are interested in your topic. Because the one thing I like about Meetup, it seems to be focused. Like, you don't have to hide anything. Like, it's very specific. It's very targeted. So the people who are looking for that or interested in that, they'll find you. There's a community there. So thanks for sharing the details of what that looks like and recommending the subscription. I'm not one to put a whole bunch of subscriptions in front of people, but I've seen it work, and I've seen it work very successfully for Josh. So I thought that would be really cool for you to share that. So awesome.
Thank you, Dr. China. And I want to add really quick, I did actually sign up a guy that actually, maybe I think he's a platinum, almost platinum 1000. And he actually is the guy that I was telling you about that spent $250,000 with another trading company and still did not learn how to trade and still was not profitable. So he really kind of, he took it by surprise when he seen that it was under $200 to join IML.
Wait a
I
minute.
have a
So let's
video on
go over this
Facebook.
story again. So basically, this guy is now a platinum 1000 in your group,
Mm-hmm.
and
Correct.
he invested how much in the past?
Over $250,000. It was for him, his son, his daughter, and one of his son's friends. So I actually have him on video, and he was just basically saying, "This is like, an amazing tool, and people should, if they're not running, to join us, then they're crazy because the information that he received with the other business did not get him to a place where he's profitable, and he's really at this point growing his account over 20 to 30% on average a month now."
Wow. So he spent $250,000, didn't get the success that he was looking for, came to IML, spent, under $300 and probably like, I don't even know if he could take that serious based on what he spent. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like when I was doing hair, I always made sure, this might sound crazy, I always made sure that my prices was the highest because there's a certain caliber of person that felt like if, maybe you don't know what you're doing if your prices is too low, right? So we had a different market. There was always somebody who was the lowest in the salon. There was always somebody who was the highest. And so sometimes when people see value with the dollar sign on, they probably felt like IML wasn't like, these people don't know what they're doing. $300, like, yeah, right, after spending that kind of money. So he came on board. What made him start building as a trader?
Well, it actually just kind of organically happened. He really started to host meetings, and actually we have meetings at his office on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And a lot of his family started to come aboard, a lot of his other friends that are interested in finances, and he has a lot of colleagues that are into real estate investing. So they felt like this is a passive way, depending on if the real estate market is hot or not, that they can place their money to invest. So it just organically starts to happen.
Wow, nice. That's so awesome. I'm excited. And he's growing his account about 30% a month.
On average, 20 to 30%. Yes, ma'am.
Wow, that's incredible, guys. I tell you what, I'm looking forward to, is he on the call with us tonight?
I don't believe so. I can text him to see.
Yeah, I would love to interview him and get him on. I always love to talk to people who already have prior experience. I believe it puts a very strong perspective for the people who maybe didn't know about Forex before. Because sometimes when you just don't know, you like, okay, I hear what you're saying, but the fact that he spent that kind of money, he already understood and knew the value of, what this market provided. And so that perspective is something I like to keep in front of everybody. Thanks so much for sharing that, Josh. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
So guys, that was really good. The caliber of people that are joining IML that really understand what we have, I tell you, they're taking it and running with it. Then there are some people who don't even know what the heck Forex is that are seeing a great way to supplement their income, a great way to begin retirement funds. And so what I want to talk about tonight, guys, is really understanding what your why is. There's something about knowing that why and making sure that why is so clear, that it's a burning desire, that you're so clear that it's in front of you all the time, it's around you all the time. I talked a little bit about, I don't know what I talked about this morning on the call, but I believe some call I talked about this. But anyway, just really being clear on what your goal is, that target point, that immediate destination that you're pushing for, putting that in front of you. I believe that alone will really help to eliminate some of the static and distraction that just tends to come because it's normal. It happens. We're building a Fortune 500 company. I love how Dr. Kathy always says that. We literally are in a position right now, not that we have a little thing going on or a little hobby going on, because if that's what you treat it as, that's what it's going to be. But this is an opportunity to literally make some significant income. I mean, when I think about the position that my husband and I had as chairman 50 in this company, what I realize is, and I don't realize some of this stuff all the time, but somebody introduced me coming up to the front of the room here in Atlanta. I believe it was, I don't know who it was. I don't know if it was Alex or if it was Chad. Somebody said it, but it really hit home. They said that the kind of money that we make as a chairman 50 is what some football players make. I don't know if they're on the bench or what's happening, but they're on the team. And I was thinking to myself, what? And it was like, yeah, that's the kind of money that, these kind of people make and that kind of people make. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my goodness. And the truth of the matter is, this really just took a lot of dedication and a lot of focus. I'm not minimizing it because it's work. It is work. But this is the kind of work I would much rather do than to dedicate 40 years of my life to something that, not everybody loves their job. Not everybody's excited about getting up every morning and fighting traffic and, being, in an environment that may not be positive. And maybe they do love what they do, but maybe they don't like the energy that's around them. I don't know. But the point is, this has been pretty simple. It has taken a lot of discipline. It's taken a lot of focus. It's taken a lot of courage. It has definitely taken all those things. But at the end of the day, it is so, so worth it to know. So what I'm saying is that we want to make sure that everybody on the line is very, very clear. You may not know the how. And here's one of the things that I want to say, especially to the newer people that's on a call with us. I think sometimes people get so caught up into having everything perfectly done and, knowing the how, that they put all of their time on the actual skill. I believe that the skill, honestly, not that it's not important. This is what I talked about this morning. Not that the skill is not important. It is important, right? You want to have skill. But what I can tell you is a lot of times when I've made decisions where I've seen the most success, it really required me to leap. It required me to jump. It required me to move. It required me to have faith. It required me to believe. It required me to be more connected to my why than to be connected to the how it was going to happen. Like, it was going to happen some kind of way, but I needed a burning desire that was going to push me to get to that point. I don't want anybody to be so caught up in their head about, well, I'm going to do it when I figure it all out, or I got to get to this point. Let that organically happen. Be so moved by your goals, by your targets. Be so moved by your dreams, by your vision. Be so moved by paying off that house or getting that brand new car. Be so moved by getting out of debt or having a certain amount of money to put down on whatever that new thing is that you want. Be so moved about what your life looks like in the next 12 to 18 months that the how is irrelevant. The why is what's more important. The how is going to happen automatically. You're in the vehicle right now. The how is going to come. So allow that why to push you. Put that in front of you more, because then you'll be able to speak from more of a passionate space. See, here's what I think we believe. And I talked about this morning, that sometimes we really believe, we believe the truth that we tell ourselves, and sometimes that's a lie. We believe the truth that we tell ourselves is the truth when sometimes it's a lie. But because we believe that we're saying the truth is the truth to us, but sometimes bottom line is just a lie. And so sometimes we tell ourselves that we have to know what we're doing. Sometimes we tell ourselves that we have to know what we're saying. Sometimes we tell ourselves we have to figure it out. No. Most people are going to buy into your passion. That's what's going to be real to them. That's why you can convince somebody of your lie, because you believe it. You can convince somebody of your lie because you believe that this truth, you believe that this truth that you tell yourself is the truth, even if it's not. And so I really want to help to fine tune that mindset, guys, because those things are not as important as you think it is. Nobody's coming to IML for you to teach them how to trade. Nobody's joining IML for you to be their instructor, their coach, their master trader. That's not what they're coming here for. And when you put yourself in that position, you force people to become sponsor dependent opposed to system dependent. And it becomes dangerous. And then your business begins to look like a roller coaster. It begins to look like a roller coaster because you would never qualify for that position anyway. You weren't equipped for that. You didn't come here for that. Now, all of a sudden, you got this pressure on your shoulders, whereas you could become a successful trader, but you're carrying the world on your back. And so now you got the responsibility of so many people on your shoulders that the weight of that doesn't allow you the space to really learn at the level that you need to learn at. And so with that being said, I don't want anybody to take on that, Torrin said you're teaching. I don't want anybody to take on that responsibility. You are not here to be somebody's coach and trainer and professor. They're not joining iMarkets Live for you to be their trainer. They're joining iMarkets Live because they believe something you said. They believe in you. They connected with you, right? So continue to give them that passion, which is why you need to be clear on what your goals are. You need to be clear on what your why is. And to be honest with you guys, I'm gonna just be honest. And I know when your immediate need is money, this is gonna sound like just like, okay, what the heck are you talking about? I need money right now. I get that. But I find that when your why has more depth than just a dollar amount, it connects with your heart a little bit more. So even if you need a certain amount of money, what do you need that for? Like, let's bring more purpose into it. Let's get more focused on how you want to close out 2018. How do you want to close out 2018? Where do you want to be closing out 2018? What would you like to possess closing out 2018? What goals would you like to have accomplished closing out 2018? What do you like to have done before you go into 2019? Those are the things you want to focus on. And I want you to spend some time not only thinking about it, but I want you to spend some time creating your environment. Creating your environment where you are walking in this and you can't help but see it. I have on my computer screen, I have on my mirror, I have on my phone, I have in my wallet, Chairman 500 December 2018. Chairman 500 December 2018. I don't know all the particulars. I don't know some of the how it's going to get done. That's really not my business. I know I'm in the proper vehicle. I know that I have a vehicle that can get me there. Some people are saying, you know, some people may have set some goals, and the reality is they're not even in the right vehicle. So at least I'm in the right vehicle, right? I'm in the right vehicle to get it done. Now I got to begin to move into actions because setting a goal or setting a target alone is not enough. So number one, here's what's going to be important, and write this down. Know what your why is. And if those of you who have not saw the, if you're not spending any time in the Facebook page, guys, there's so many goodies that are there. We have the accountability form that's there, that when you bring a new person in, they can fill out that accountability form that can get them started so that you can know what their why is. Because it's not enough for you to know what your why is. You want to know what those whys are of the people that are connected to you that you are assigned to. And when you know what their why is, then you can be more passionate about helping them to succeed because you know why they're doing it. And so that form really helps some clarity to be set in. What's the goal? Like, I'm not just joining the business just to join the business. I'm not just doing it to do nobody a favor. Yes, I want to make some money trading, but like, what's the plan? You know, I love the specifics that Josh said when he said the guy is growing his account on average 20 to 30% a month. That's incredible. Even if that was the goal, you know what? If I could just grow my income by a certain percentage a month, which is why we also have the 10% growth chart there. A 10% growth chart showing you how to grow your money a percentage over a period of time. And when you download that growth chart, which is amazing, by the way, not to mention, to me, when I'm recruiting, this I lead with this. Bishop Tiara tell you, I said a lot to her when we talked, but when I show her the 10% growth chart, that was probably more simplistic because she could see the direction that was being provided of how her money can grow over a period of time by using our tools. So there was a goal already in mind that, okay, I may not know all the ins and outs of this yet, but this is something that makes sense to me. I can actually put this amount in the account, and I have a guide, if you will, here, a roadmap to show me how I can grow my money. Now, everybody's experience with that is going to be different. But if you hone in on a particular tool, like don't be all over the place when you get started, this is what I recommend. And I'm just going to say this. Be a product of the product. It's very important. Be a product of the product. But I believe that you need to also not leave any money on the table. I don't really know who's in a position to be leaving money on tables, on the side of tables, and under tables. Like, we need the money under the table, on top of the table, on the chairs, okay? If it falls on the floor, pick up your money. I don't know who is privileged enough to save. And this is why I got to help to develop mindset. Because remember, I told you many people believe their own lies because it's the truth that they tell themselves. It's their truth that they tell themselves and they believe it to be truth, but it's really a lie, which is why it is so important to have personal development. Personal development is the only thing that I believe that can really check you. Because when you're listening to an audio CD or you're reading a book, and if you're not reading or listening to audio CDs, I'm gonna tell you right now, you're not ready. You're not ready. If you're not putting in any time as an individual to listen to audio CDs or whatever we call it now, if it ain't a CD on a CD that you put in, you know what I'm saying, the audio. Okay, YouTube or iTunes, whatever. You're not gonna grow at even these calls right here are powerful because it's gonna be dealing with the mind. But it's something so powerful when you're by yourself and you don't know that person that's speaking into you that you kind of gotta get a checkup from the neck up and be like, dang, that's for me. It's something beautiful about that experience when you're like, okay, you know what? That's me right there. It's something so beautiful about humility, because humility is only humiliating when you still are arrogant. Humility is so beautiful when you understanding that being humble is a part of the process for success, because unless you humble yourself, nobody would ever be able to guide you to the next level, because you already got it figured out. You already got it covered. You already good. You already know. But when you're willing to humble yourself, podcasts are also good. Thanks so much, Bishop. When you do that, oh my gosh, now you can see the areas that you need to grow in. Now you can see the areas that you need to develop in. So here's what I recommend. When you wake up in the morning after your prayer, meditation time, whatever you do, and however you do it to get your spirit in check, go ahead and get your mind in check. And this is why I provided this inside the 21 days, because you got to create some habits. You got to create habits so that you can become, these things can become natural for you to do. Create these habits, develop your mind, and everything else will begin to develop around you. So I definitely want to recommend that you're clear on your why, that you share your why with your sponsor. Let them know what you're doing this for. Let them know what the timeline is on it. I'm interested in knowing how you guys want to close out 2018. What's the goal for you? What's that target? What's that burning desire? And if you don't know it right now, don't just throw out something just to say it. But if you know what that thing is that's on the inside your heart, you want it so bad. You want it so bad that you would give up sleep for it. You want it so bad that you would bypass a meal for it. You want it so bad you're not worrying about eating food. You want it so bad, forget going and hanging out. You want it so bad, forget Power, forget the Kardashians, forget the concerts, forget Beyonce, forget Nicki Minaj album, because you want it so bad. You like, look, all later for that. Now some of y'all like, wait, hold up now, hold on. You talking about Power, Nicki Minaj album? Hold on, did y'all hear that? Look. Let's focus right now. You gotta want that thing so bad that when you think about what's that burning desire, there's so much clarity in your mind because it knocks everything else out the park. What is that burning desire that you have? I pray that God will reveal it to you if you're not crystal clear on it right now. I pray that He will speak to you while you're sleeping in your dream, and that you will wake up with it out of your sleep, that you can't even sleep good tonight. Now, normally I pray that you have great peaceful rest, but anybody who is not clear, who does not have a burning desire, who is not clear on the direction that they're going in, who does not know their why, who does not have anything that they're pushing toward in a very aggressive way, who does not have a specific focus, you need clarity. Because if the mind is not clear, where are you going? Where are you going? You're going where somebody else is going to tell you to go. You're going where somebody else is going to lead you to go. And I want you to be clear on the direction. I want you to be crystal clear on that. And so if you know what your goal is and you know what your why is, share it here. If you don't want to share it here, you have to share it because you need the accountability. If you don't want to share it here, then share it in, share with your sponsor. Yes. Share with your sponsor. Let your sponsor know what that is, because you need the accountability. Put it in a chat. And if you need the clarity on that, then make sure that You receive it like, I need to be clear. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing this for? Why am I doing this? Why am I here? Why am I here? See, guys, this is bigger than business. I want to make sure that we're making contributions in nations. I want to make sure that we can impact generations. I want to make sure that your gift is being pulled out from the inside of you. I've been gifted to help people take concepts from ideas from concept conception to manifestation, where it's inside of you. You know, I'm the kind of person that I will see listen, it's dangerous, because if you're close to me, here's why it's dangerous. I'm a kind of person that I'm going to focus on your good. But where humility lacks, you might take me pouring into you to pull more of that good out, like you already all good and there's no flaw and no issue. And you might get to the point where you think, so in other words, there's certain people that focus on the negative. All they see is the bad in people. All they see is the issues in people. All they see is the wrong in people. Watch people. I want you to pay attention to the people, to words that people say, so that you can identify who you're surrounded by. Because your environment, we are products of our environment. We are products of our environment. I can tell a lot about you by your source of entertainment, meaning, what do you do? I can tell a lot about you, about the people that surround you. I can almost tell you who you're going to become based on your association and based on your source of entertainment. Based on your association and based on your source of entertainment. Meaning, are you preferring to listen to Nicki Minaj? Or do you prefer to listen to Earl Nightingale? And it's an honest question. I'm not saying that sometimes you won't do certain things. I'm not saying that. But I think sometimes we can be indulging in the wrong area that's not conducive for the level of success that we say we want. And when the results don't manifest, we wonder why that we keep showing up year after year after year as the same person that we were a few years ago, because we did nothing different. We still listen to the same stuff. Nothing is helping to elevate us. Our circle is the same. And so it is, listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, I you know what? I just like being around people who actually have results. I like being around people where I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer. I love to be around, if I'm ever the sharpest, I'm gone. I'm out of that. I'm jumping out of that pond because I'm suffocating that space. And I encourage you to fall in love with being around people who have more than you have, who know more than you do, know more than you know, who've been further places than you've been, because that's the only way to level up. It's the only way to level up. So we're going to, I love it. Carl said Chairman 10 is done by November 15, 2018. I love it, Carl. Chairman 10 is done by November 15, 2018. Chairman 10 is done by November 15, 2018. I would like to, hey.
Hey, Dr. China.
Hey, how you doing, Harvey?
I know you're looking at Regina's name.
How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm sitting here listening to your level up conversation, and I just want to congratulate you on being consistent and persistent on giving people direction and giving them information that's going to make them successful, because all of us have a purpose in life. And one of the things that I feel that Richmond University does is it brings them out of it. A lot of us are in denial. We don't want to confess, or we don't want to talk about it. But one thing I've noticed in the time that we've been with iMarkets Live is that a lot of the whys, your why is the same as a lot of the people that we run into. And what this helps us to do is it helps us to build a community. It helps us to build a team. And it helps us to build a family. And with direction, if you're able to just follow the leader, one of the things that's so great about this company is that it shows people how to be successful with the same basic instructions, with the same basic direction that everyone receives, and it doesn't change month after month after month. If you're able to be consistent and persistent, this company will take you to the next level, And all you have to do is be a person that's willing to share, but being able to share or being willing to share this opportunity, this mindset, this educational platform that would not only take you to the next level, but it will prepare the next generation, your family, kids that are coming up, and show them that the education in the Forex market and the education and leaders like you, Dr. China, that's showing us how to do this thing in a systematic way is the right way to go. And it's going to be perfect. And the cost is minimum. They allow you to do this thing for free. All you have to do is bring your mindset. And if you don't have a mindset, if you show up, we will show you how to change that. So anyway, I just want to chime in. Thank you, honey.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Harvey. You're truly a legend in the industry. Harvey and I started working together probably about 9 years ago. That's when I got my start in the industry. And I can tell you, him and Radita are absolute legends in the industry. And so this is why it's so important to be able to come into an environment where you can learn either from your peers and, you know, be connected to people who have accomplished so much in their life in and outside of the industry of network marketing. So we salute you, Harvey. We appreciate you and what you bring to the table. I thank you for your kind words and for being a part of this incredible family. Thanks so much.
Well, thank you for allowing me to be part of this team, Coach.
Awesome sauce. I saw some more in the chat. Latoya Brown says that my why is my son to build wealth for us. Teach him about Forex as he gets older, becoming Chairman 10 by December 2018 and purchasing our first home. I love that. That's so awesome. I love that some of you that are on the call right now are going to purchase homes, going to purchase cars, going to get out of debt. And this is so important that you go on this journey with us. You know, some people show up and they show up and they show up, but they never really get engaged. They show up to participate almost like a social club. And I want this experience to have a lot more depth than just showing up to an event. I want you to show up for your own success. I want you to show up for your own legacy. I want you to show up for your own dynasty. I want you to really be present in the moment that you're here. And I want the conversations that we have to go into action mode. And so when I talk specifically about writing your why down and sharing your why with your sponsor and, you know, whatever that looks like, putting it around you so that you can create that atmosphere, I really want you to do that. Like, do that. Like, Chairman 500 is all over everywhere. And I'll be honest with you guys. My goal to close out 2018 is not really about the money. I know it might sound like, yeah, right, that's $500,000 a month. You're not going to convince me of that. Let me tell you what it's really about. Because remember, all I know is the why. The how is going to happen is not my business, right? The how is going to happen is really not my concern. But the why is so important to me because I want to attract. I want to attract the people necessary into the organization that's going to make a global impact, not for a short amount of time, but for a long time, so that we can impact not just nations and generations, but so that we can impact legacies, so that we can impact the people who are here, so that we can impact the people who maybe never even know our name, but we help to create and spark the minds of the generations that are going to come up even behind us. I want to attract those people. And if my goals are not big enough, then I know that I'm not going to attract those individuals. So what it's more about than anything is actually attracting the influencers, attracting those people with global reach, attracting those people with serious goals that we get to be a part of and helping their goals to come to fruition, attracting those people so that we can have major contribution and major impact. And so that's what the goal is closing out 2018. Is somebody unmuted wanting to speak?
Hey, Miss China, it's Robert Harris.
Hey, Robert, how you doing?
Hey, I just wanted to tell you my goal for closing out 2018.
Sure, go right ahead.
Yeah, my goal is to change my life and elevate and be Chairman 10 on December 13th on my birthday, man. That's my goal.
Wow. Wow. That's awesome. So December 13th, 2018 is the goal for Chairman
when I turn 22. That's how I want to close out 2018.
Wow. Hey, Dr. China.
So I love that. What I will say is this: I really want to. Hey, Harvey.
Oh, go ahead. Finish with him.
I definitely want to, you can get it done, Robert. You can definitely get it done. It's going to require a lot of focus, keeping your goal in front of you, regardless of what the circumstance is, which is why you have to create your environment. You have to create the environment you want to be in. You know, we even went as far at times in the past, and it's still around me now, like the next house and, you know, what all that looks like. Putting that car, you know, in the car you're driving that you really want to drive. You know, putting that home in the home you're living in that you want to live in. You know, put what that environment looks like. Keep it around you so that you don't have to live in what you have as your reality. You can create your own reality and then begin to move toward it. You know, once you get your mind right, then now you can go out and connect with the right people that's going to help you to make that happen from an authentic
Yes.
place, because they can't tell you no. See, the one thing that I can tell you right now is that some people, to be honest with you, they're just so timid. They're just so, I'm nervous to talk to. Listen, when you clear on your why, when you clear on your goals, when you clear on your vision, when you got a dream, when you got a burning desire that's on the inside of you, ain't nobody telling you no gonna scare you. Your dream too big, your desire too deep. And when that desire is clear, you will go out and talk to people and connect with people all around the world because it's a natural thing for you to do. And so it's going to require you connecting with as many people as possible. It's going to require you to collapse time, which means you have to leverage a system. You got to make sure that people are plugging into the Atlanta Media Zone Thursday. Become the best promoter in the city. Your new title is that you are a promoter. And all you do is promote for people to get connected to what we have going on. You're promoting Rich University. You're promoting iMarkets Live. You're promoting the Thursday event. You're promoting the big events that we got going on. You become a promoter for your destiny. You become a promoter for your goals. And then watch us celebrate you on December 13, 2018 as a 22-year-old chairman attending iMarkets Live. I promise you, the skill set of it is not as hard as, the skill set of it is not as big of a deal as your why, your desire, your goal, your vision, your dream. That's the part that you want to make sure is so strong. The how gonna come.
Hey, Dr. China.
The how is gonna come.
Hey, Dr. China. Dr.
Hey,
China.
yeah, go right ahead, Harvey. Yeah.
Okay. I just want to ask I just want you to explain and share with something that was phenomenal, because we were sitting around, and it's so important. Why is who are you listening to? We talked about, I think it was in 2017 or 2016, about going to Dubai in July. And we put it out there, and you actually went there and you made it happen. And if you could just share with the people that's on the phone what that did for your why and your belief level once you went there with your family and came back. Thank you.
Hey, Harvey. Yeah, sure, no problem. You know, the funny thing is, I remember us putting that together. I was pregnant with a legacy, so that if I was pregnant with a legacy, that must have been 2013. Well, yeah, the beginning of 2013, we were promoting for that. And it ended up not happening, but me, you, Verdita, it's so interesting though, Harvey. Isn't it amazing how everybody still is connected though, some kind of way?
Right.
Like we had a break from each other. We were in a company, guys, to give you some history all together. And some people that are even not in our group was a part of this thing. We had relationships with them. And we all put a flyer out and we had this promotion. And not only that, Harvey, the number I can remember was $2.4 million that plan that we had then maxed out at with that Power 5 or whatever the case may be. And so we planned to go to Dubai in July. It was so interesting because that year was Ramadan in July. And so it wouldn't have really been a good idea to do that time anyway. But it didn't happen in 2013. But it happened in 2018. 5 years later, out the blue, I wasn't even looking for it to happen. I had some team members who are in Dubai who are not even platinum 5,000 or platinum 2,000. Because when I travel internationally, there's a lot of skin that needs to be in the game. But it was our anniversary month, the day we met, as well as our 17-year wedding anniversary, and we said, you know what, let's go and really, really put the stamp down in Dubai. Let's just go. Let's hey, it's just a flight. Let's go. That's my philosophy on travel. And when you make things simple like that, they will become simple to you. When you make it hard, it will remain hard for you. When you make things simple that other people make difficult, it will become simple for you in your mind. When you make things hard that other people may seem as hard, they will be hard for you as well. So to me, traveling is just a flight. That's my philosophy. It's just a flight. It's just a flight. So we decided to go to Dubai, and I was telling my daughter, because it was supposed to be in June, and I told my daughter, she said, Mama, oh my goodness, Dubai in July. It wasn't even me that recalled it. I was just like, oh my goodness, Dubai in July. And I'm like, it gotta be July. And we were so excited, and we were like, oh my Lord, God, you're so faithful. A vision that you gave 5 years ago, it didn't die. That vision didn't go away. It wasn't flushed down the toilet. The vision that God gave you when you were a child, the vision he gave you maybe within another opportunity that you thought you were going to have manifested that opportunity, it didn't die. It's still here. It's ready to be birthed. It's ready for it to be produced. So nevertheless, we went on to Dubai. What an amazing experience it was. I mean, Dubai has to be the most royal place I ever went to. And I love being in South Africa. I love being on the motherland. I love so much about it. I don't even know that I can compare the two, but I can tell you that Dubai is royal. And because of who I am, everything about, even with Rich, guys, Rich is not about money. It's about royalty. It's about knowing who you are, which is why we focus on so much development here. But it was such a royal place. I know it sounds weird, but I felt like I fit right in Dubai. And it was just an amazing experience. It gave me so much confirmation for the goals that we set, that they may not come to pass. I didn't want to say this, but I'm glad you brought it up. And I kind of touched on it a little bit. But here's what you need to know about the goals that you set. Set the goal high enough that even if you don't hit the goal, you're still successful. Do you actually think that I'm super concerned of whether or not, do you think that, I'm going to start crying if December 31st comes? And, obviously I don't want to contradict what I'm saying. So I'm working on my words right now to get out what I'm saying to you without contradicting the goal. The goal is Chairman 500 December 2018. I'm clear. But the goal is set so high that regardless of what happens that's out of my control, we're still good. And so my point is, set that goal so that whenever it happens, because it's going to happen if you keep working toward it, then you're well on your way. But if your goal is too small, remember the people who maybe, aligned to partner with you, you just cancel that out because they can't even fit in that goal. And so, Harvey, I'm excited because it gave me so much perspective. Joshua King, Mike, that's talking about that. It gave me so much perspective, and I'm really, really grateful for the experience of Dubai. So I hope that helped you, Harvey.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right, guys.
Awesome job, Dr. China.
Thanks so much. I really appreciate you, Pastor Carl. I know we have some more people
Yeah,
commenting here. Did you want to share something?
I just want to say that, Dr. China, I'm losing a lot of sleep with this business in a good way. Like when you were talking about setting goals, making things clear, having vision, I feel a little convicted because I need to start writing it down specifically. Okay, who are the individuals within my organization that I'm gonna lock and go on? Because I can't lock and go on everybody. Everybody's not a runner, but it doesn't mean they can't help. So I'm even redefining. Okay, Chairman 10, November 15th. Oh, that sounds cool, but what's the strategy? Because without a strategy, it's a bunch of talk. And I know here in the Virginia area, you know, I know for sure I'm going to be the first chairman in this area in your organization. So I'll probably get with you one-on-one because I definitely want to get some coaching because I'm like, me and Angela, we're laser being focused on whatever it takes. I don't care.
Yeah.
Whatever we got to invest, whoever we need to go talk to, whatever level we need to level up on, people of influence, whatever it takes. So I took from what you said, creating that vision and actually being very intentional because coming because I wake up and say it's gonna happen. Chairman is coming because my daily activity is prospect. My daily activity is phone calls. My daily activity is encouraging my team. My daily activity is positive motivation, Rich University. So I appreciate you. Thank you.
Well, I appreciate you as well, and I want to commend you guys. You're doing a phenomenal job. You guys are definitely doing. You guys are the 10% skill. You good at. Don't even worry about that. You got that part down packed. You guys are so coachable. You're so teachable. You're so willing to change, and I think that's the part that a lot of people miss. Right? You can be teachable, willing to learn, but if you're not willing to change, then you learned information, and maybe you can tell somebody a good philosophy, but you really nothing will show up in your life. And you guys have been extremely humble. You are already pastors that are doing, have major influence. And sometimes even that alone is not easy to come into a space like this. But I commend you guys for being willing to do that. And so, with that being said, the skill part you guys are good on. What I want to make sure that you guys are doing is creating that environment. You're clear on what that goal is. It sounds like that's clear. Now, what is that connected to? What kind of freedom is that going to provide? Create that environment around you. Get those vision boards out. Put that car in front of you. Not just at the dealership when you got to go to the dealership and see it. Some of you need to go to the dealership and get in that car. Some of you need to walk through that home. Some of you need to actually get into the environment. Your thoughts are real things. Like what you think about the most becomes real, whether it's good or bad. Whether it's good or bad, when you create that environment around you, when you go and smell the smell of that new car and get in that new car and take a picture in that new car and put that picture as your screensaver in that new car, or go in that new house and you walk through that, it will blow your mind how God will begin to align. This is the part right here that a lot of people don't understand. They're looking for a secret sauce. It's inside of you. It's who you're listening to. What are you doing with your time? What are you doing with your time? I'm mad at myself when I'm taking a nap throughout the day. And I'm tired. I'm exhausted and I'm upset. Like, what you doing? Like I'm having a pep talk with myself. There's no time for laziness in 2018. In order to close out these next 4 or 5 months strong, we got to give it everything we got.
Yep.
We got to give it everything we got. I don't have time for nonsense. I don't have time for distractions. I don't have time for unnecessary conversation. If it ain't helping me level up, if it's not pouring into me, if it's not result driven, it's gonna be like where I'm at right now. I have to brace myself. I'm telling you right now, guys. When the beast come out, let me prepare you. When the beast comes out, let it be a nice beast. Don't let the beast force you to become who you used to be. Don't be so, I'm telling you guys, prepare yourself, because success is one of those things that when you become laser beam focused, anything that becomes distracting to you becomes your enemy. Anything that distracts you becomes your enemy. And you will start to conflict and you will start to be abrasive with people who were once, this was your norm. You're leveling up. They may not be leveling up like you. So you got to be mindful of that. So you got to stay prayed up. I'm going to be honest. But Pastor Carl, you guys are on the right track. Keep doing what you're doing. The skill is there. The coachability is there. The teachability is there. The changeability is there. I want to focus more on making sure that the environment is created. When you walk through your home, basically on your bathroom mirror, on your computer, on your refrigerator, your vision, your dreams, your goals, your targets need to be there.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna get on that first thing in the morning. Yes, ma'am.
Awesome thoughts.
Hey, Dr. China.
Hey.
Hey, can I add something for Mr. Carl? Is that when we are in Detroit, and it's also important to attend the events and who you listen to, The young lady with all the energy, with the gentleman that came over from another company, and she said whenever she walks into the room, when she has her iMarkets Live Rich University face mindset on, she visions you in back of her, walking with her. That's your support.
Mm-hmm.
So if you need to look at a video or look at one of Dr. China's messages or call her before you go in, that could be your power. That could be the strength you need to take you to the next level. Just wanted to add that. Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks again, Harvey. No, you're right, because sometimes you do need the courage. I'm listening to a lot of motivation, and once again, if you tell me your source of entertainment, I will tell you a lot about you. What do you do with your time? How are you spending your free time, if you will? Because I don't know how we get free time. We need to. We got so much we need to cover. What free time? We got to be mindful of those things that really, take away that. But when I started really working my business, because I wasn't always working my business, when I started really working my business, I realized how much work I wasn't doing in my business. It's not just about enrolling people, guys. You have to be leaders to people. And one of the things that's going to help you to be great leaders to people is going to require you to have humility. I can't stop talking about humility, because being humble is the gateway to success. You have to have humility, because that's the only way you're going to grow and learn and say, you know what, I got to grow in these areas. I may not be where I want to be at right now, but I'm willing to change. I'm willing to change my behavior. I'm even willing to change some of my personality. I mean, like, how do you change the personality? You get around people with better personalities, meaning better attitudes that can help your personality. And you don't make comments like, this is just who I am. If this is just who you are, then you're saying to me, you're stuck. You're saying to me that you're stuck right where you at, and you will have a limited amount of my time if you have to have any of it, because you're stuck in that thing. I'm allergic to that thing. I don't want that stuck mentality to rub off on me. Nobody should be just who I am, because we should be addicted. We should be obsessed with growing, obsessed with personal development, obsessed with what YouTube. I'm focused on my mind more than anything else. My spirit is well, but I feel like my relationship with God is an unconscious competence, meaning that it's automatic. I want to make sure that my development in my mind is an unconscious competence, meaning that it's automatic, that I'm just thriving on grow. And so with that being said, guys, we are way over on tonight's call. Earlier, you guys wanted me to record. I did record it. I don't know what happened to it. I'm working on discovering it, because that was on Dr. Jules and Zoom. This is on mine, so this will be on the Rich University YouTube page. If you have not subscribed to the Rich University YouTube page, subscribe to it, because guess what? This is some of the personal development that you need right here. You can go back and listen to an hour of this, and bam, there you have it. Maybe you can kickstart your day and say, man, what the heck am I thinking about? How am I going to let these people scare me out of talking to them? What am I thinking about, so that you can really push past yourself and connect with more people. So I hope you guys enjoyed tonight. All the events will be posted inside of the Rich University exclusive community on Facebook, as well as in the team app. And I'm going to post this video up on YouTube right now. Once again, welcome to the family. Thanks for being on with us tonight, hanging out with us tonight. We went over a little bit. Normally we're done right at about a top of the hour. Nevertheless, I pray that this was very helpful for you guys. Thank you so much for participating and engaging. And we'll see you guys over the top. So have a great night. God bless you all. Bye. Joycelyn said, this week I'm going to make an effort to give sincere compliments. Great job. I love that, Jocelyn. It's so good. Humility is essential for promotion. That's right, Tier. That's so good. Latoya Brown said, the law of attraction. Awesome song. Jimmy said, my why is so important to me, because I want to provide a life for my wife she deserves. I love that. That's amazing, Jimmy. I love that, especially for men in this space that are really going to be able to do some amazing things. I've been married for 24 years, but we only been together for 9 years with deployment. Wow. And to be a chairman 10 by June 23rd, 2019, my anniversary, with a beautiful wedding. Oh man, that's so beautiful. That's incredible. I love it. Awesome sauce, guys. Thanks so much for being on. And I'm just scrolling through trying to read some of the quick ones. My why is to change lives, including my own, and fulfill my purpose in God's kingdom. I love it, Eljanon. That's so awesome. Being new at this is very helpful. Script. We have scripts inside of the Rich University exclusive community, and I'll drop them again inside the app. All right. God bless you guys. Have a great night. Thanks for being on.